95 tests to his name. Kane remains eligible for New Zealand for 2024. However, he will no longer be captain. Now, Sam is in Japan at the moment and he is joining us now. Sam, thank you so much for your time. We very much appreciate it. I mean, it was big news for us, bigger news for you and your family, of course. What's the reaction been like in the last 24 hours or so?
Yeah, hey Kim, thanks for having me on. Is Beef there too, I suppose?
Hey mate.
No, I've kicked him off for this one.
No, thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's to be honest, it just feels nice to get it out in public. It's sort of something that's been brewing away in the background for a while, and having to keep secrets isn't really nice. So it's just nice to have it all out in the public. It was obviously a tough decision. A lot went into it, but yeah, the reaction's been, from what I've seen and felt, been really positive. Had a lot of nice messages and nice comments. So yeah, really thankful for that.
I mean, you obviously knew when it was coming out. Did you just kind of flick the phone off, head to the onsen or something to get away from it for a bit?
I'm on the rehab bus at the moment, so I'm just chipping away. So my gym session took about half an hour longer than it should have, because I kept going back and checking my phone to get a feel for what was coming out and the messages, etc. But yeah, I knew it was coming out. Could give the family and all the important people in my life a bit of a heads up, and yeah, it went pretty smoothly, I think.
Now, Sammy, I've obviously in the last 24 hours informed the people about on the airwaves about what Suntory's like. The fact that there's a gold statue of me still there after the title. But mate, when you look at your career, and obviously I know you well, did playing rugby overseas something that it was always going to be on your sort of card, you think? Or obviously you did the sabbatical this year, but did you envision that you were going to finish overseas like you are? Or, you know, you strike me as obviously a Kiwi boy and home is where the heart is sort of thing, but finishing up in Tokyo?
Yeah, I think like for some reason I'd always thought from when I started, if I could play professional rugby till I was 34, 35, be doing pretty well. What'd you do? 36, 37?
Too long, Sam. Too long.
Some will say too long.
Yeah, so I sort of thought like I don't know. You got it's as you know, like in rugby, it's really tough to plan your future, particularly your back end of your career when you know there's just so many variables at play, and just I think at the end of the day, like with a young family and not getting any younger myself. But just the certainty of a 3-year contract versus a 1-year contract was sort of what swayed it, and just allowed us to sort of plan for the future, allows to set us up as a family, so that hopefully like post footy, I'm not in any I shouldn't be in any financial pressure to move straight into my next career, and can spend time with the kids and be a present father. And so yeah, a lot of factors come into play, but like at the end of it today, it was mainly the security and the certainty of having 3 years.
And what about so far, mate? Obviously, you've been about 6 months up in Suntory, and now, as you said, you signed on for 3 years. You got security around your future. But what's struck you since you've been up there? I've obviously told everyone here, but what a great club you're at. But what is it that's you've mentioned the family time? What is it that's really sort of come home to roost that's sort of made you think, geez, I could spend a few years here and really enjoy my footy?
Yeah, good question. Like everything's just it's different. Like as love playing rugby in New Zealand. Love the teams that I get to represent there. But I suppose it's like anything. If you do something for long enough, it can become a little bit like monotonous. You just got to find different ways to challenge yourself, and it's quite refreshing coming over here. Different voices. Really enjoyed mixing with for example, like Cheslin Colby and Nicholas Sanchez, guys I've played rugby against for years but didn't really know. So that's been pretty cool, and then seeing our kids hang out together and stuff like that. But the club itself is awesome, as you've I think told the listeners. Really professionally run. Like you really get looked after here, and like all those little things add up and make a difference. Yeah.
I wonder as well, Sam, for you, like obviously when you're playing here, it comes with a certain amount of scrutiny that you are no stranger to over the years. Is it refreshing in a way as well to be a little bit out of the spotlight in some ways over there?
Yeah, you're right, Kim. That's a really good point, actually. I had a shocking game over here one day, actually, and back home I'd be copping it. And yeah, no one cared.
That's why I stayed over there for years, mate.
Yeah, I mean, like you're just in such a big place, and we get awesome crowds to the game, like between anywhere from 10 to 20,000. But it's just such a small part of what else goes on, and so yeah, it has been really refreshing. It sort of almost feels like I don't know, not a job in the sense that it's a drag, but you turn up to work, and then when you go home, you don't bring any of it with you. You don't hear about it. So you're just really present in that time, and then when you turn up again the next day, you're back into it. So the most travel we have to do too is like one night away because of the afternoon games. You travel the night before the game, stay there, and then you're back home having dinner or a couple of beers that evening. So yeah, you're right. The just been able to be out and be yourself and not have to worry about eyes on you all the time, and the scrutiny is refreshing. It's refreshing. Yeah.
Sam, you mentioned the scrutiny, and obviously, I guess the last couple of years as an All Black, things went through the roof for you and the All Black team, and obviously you have a face of it being the captain. Have you had time to be able to reflect and sit back and go, you know what, it was a hell of a time when you're in the middle of it, but geez, I'm proud that we got to where we were and sort of got through it and came out the other side of it, mate?
Yeah, like when I reflect on the 4 years I had as captain, I mean, the first one was the COVID season. Well, there was almost two COVID seasons in there. 2020, I think we only had about 6 or 7 test matches. The next year was the 3-month tour on the road, and then 2022 we had a change of assistant coaches after 3 test matches. So it was only really 2023 that we had some decent stability with a regular test schedule, and I think through what the group had been through the previous 3 years, we were in a really good spot that year. So look, it's still like it's always going to be hard to swallow the way the World Cup and the final panned out, but like as you say, on reflection, like, just real proud of the team and proud of myself, I suppose, for the way I conducted myself and stayed true to myself throughout that period. It's a pretty challenging time. Still at no point did I want to sort of throw the towel in. It was still like still living a childhood dream. It just comes with challenges that you don't quite expect, but it finds ways of testing you and forcing you to learn and adjust. And look, we're only 2 points from achieving something pretty bloody incredible. And I suppose even the response coming back to New Zealand from the New Zealand public was just really amazing. Like how welcoming and proud, and people that would come up and show support, really meant a lot. So I suppose thank you to everyone who got in behind the team and myself during that period.
Sam, when you talk about challenges that you didn't necessarily expect, what sort of challenges?
Well, like those, I mean, no one saw the COVID thing, and then the fact that I mean, there's a lot of in-house and back-house stuff from New Zealand Rugby through to the changing over of coaches. Like there's a lot of things that you just become involved. Oh, there's the Silver Lake thing through all that as an All Black captain you have to be across. Like all these things that you don't anticipate. You've gone from being a player and preparing to play your best every week to all of a sudden worrying about the team, but then a lot of other outside things which I suppose just take up a lot of time and a lot of your thought process as well, thoughts. So a lot, but I learned a heck of a lot too.
I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a big ride. When you look forward, Sam, you're obviously eligible for the All Blacks this year. Are you motivated to the same extent to play for them?
Yeah, I am, absolutely. I mean, the plan had always just been to come over here for the 6 months and have a bit of a refresh and then come back and offer sort of came out of the blue, I suppose, and it was an opportunity that we had to really sit down and think about. But I'd always been sort of had my mind cast forward past this Japanese season to getting back in the All Blacks. And look, I don't want my last test to be getting sent off in a World Cup final. Still feel like I've got a lot to offer, on and off the field. So I'll just be working hard to get my body in the best shape and hopefully get selected. But hugely motivated still. It's a big year for the All Blacks. A lot of test matches, a lot of changes. So it'll be an exciting one. Hopefully can be involved.
And mate, what is the situation with the body? You mentioned that, so it's a back issue at the moment. I think someone said there's semi-finals this weekend. You're not playing in those.
Yeah, stirred up my back. And as I know, anyone who's had a decent wee back injury knows that they can be a little bit fiddly. So testing the patience a wee bit, but got a good plan in place and. Won't be playing this weekend or next weekend should we make the final, but the sort of return to play date is hopefully end of June. So I'm doing running, gym work, bit of rugby progression stuff. Just be patient. We'll get there.
So is that obviously with the All Blacks potentially still on the cards, is that Reparai is going to see you turn out for them, or is it King Country, or who will we be playing for when we get back?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're just going to sort of take it as it comes a little bit and work out, how things are going. Hopefully the Chiefs go deep into the playoffs and I can be a spare body at the Chiefs and help them prepare. It'll be a nice way to, because it was sort of unexpected. It'll be a nice way to sign off with the Chiefs, helping them prepare through the playoffs, and that'll be good for my rugby and rehabilitation too, to be training with them. So that's where I'd like to be come start of June, but that's the plan at this stage.
I'm glad you mentioned the Chiefs, mate, because on the show yesterday it was put to me that Sam didn't rule out coming back to New Zealand 100%, and some of my co-workers suggested he might answer an SOS to the Blues, the Hurricanes, or even the Crusaders. Can we just stamp that out right now?
Never say never, Sam.
Look, no, I'm going to say never to those options right now. I think I'd be 35 years old coming back to New Zealand. That wouldn't have. I can't imagine I'd have any desire to finish my career at another Super Rugby club. Yeah.
Could I just ask you, Sam, as well? I mean, I know, like you say, you're eligible for the All Blacks this year, but when it's winding down and you do get a chance to reflect, like from your time in Black, what are the memories you'll treasure most?
Probably the people, and not just the players. Like a lot of the management, such quality people, good friendships formed along the way. But those probably stick out straight away. There's obviously like the special times, like everyone remembers the debut. Debut is the realization of a dream. Really, it seems surreal. I don't know. I mean, if you'd said to me, I'd never believe that I'd play for the All Blacks for 12 years and so many test matches. I remember when Steve Hansen, the All Black coaches at the time, sat me down as a young fella saying, what do you want to achieve as an All Black? And I thought, far out, if I could make 50 tests, if I could play 50 tests, that would be outstanding. So I think I took that off at about 24 or 25 years old, which was incredible. And I think the first half of my career, the test matches came pretty quick. I didn't suffer any injuries, and then the back half of my career really made me work for them. Just makes you appreciate them a little bit more sometimes when you have to go through a bit of hardship to get back out there and test the resilience. But it's been awesome, and I don't sort of want to get too reflective yet, because I still feel like there's another chapter with the season, hopefully. But yeah.
No, well, mate, we certainly appreciate your time. We here on the Run Home certainly hope they see that those 5 test matches would be brilliant to see you clock up 100. Still so much to give to the All Blacks, and on behalf of all the listeners, mate, thanks for coming on, and we'll let you get back to your life there in Futu or the apartment in Wakabadai or wherever it is that Suntory have got you parked up today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Tokyo, actually. I'm just parked up outside watching the boys train, got the AirPods in, watching you guys, and I'll head back into the gym.
Awesome, mate. Hey,
Beautiful.
Thanks for your time. Please
scratch Beeve's name off any of the honours boards out there, because I cannot handle hearing about it again.
Here,
Sam,
Damien back.
thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate it. That is Sam Cane talking to us live from Japan. Great to have him on and hear a bit of background around his thinking, his memories and the like. And that was our Macca's feature interview with McDelivery, delivering your Macca's favourites straight to your door.
SENZ. It's Kiwi for Sport.